For the average NFL player, off days are for recharging our batteries, healing our injuries, or resting our bodies.
Let's go! Say 2, 3, 1, 2, 3! Hey!
But my friend and former colleague Cam Jordan is anything but average. You see, every year since joining the Saints in 2011, Cam has spent every off day out in the community, connecting with kids and pouring back into the city that pours so much into him.
Good morning, how's everybody doing today?
And when I say every off day, I mean every off day.
So what more can I do? How can I help?
Bad weather doesn't stop him. Bad games don't stop him. Hell, COVID didn't even stop him. He's impacted so many lives over his time here. And while he's done it expecting nothing in return, what Cam doesn't know is that there are people in this community who are ready to shower him with love and appreciation for the things that he has done and the man that he is. But we'll get to that in a moment. First, it is my privilege to share with you the story of the New Orleans Saints nominee to be this year's Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, my friend, Cam Jordan.
But I just came here to talk a little bit about, where I came from, how I sort of grew up, and how I became a football player, as well as hopefully a standing upright, just something like a man.
Every week for the last 14 seasons, Cam has visited schools in our community. To keep that sort of a streak alive for 14 seasons is a very daunting task.
School has to be number one. If you guys want to go to college, if you guys want to get a good job.
I think that the 14 years I've been here in New Orleans, I've probably seen over 150 schools, probably closer to 200.
Bow, bow, high five, high five.
Let me tell you what you was gonna walk and trip. And when I say seen, I've visited, I've talked to kids, I've gone through classrooms, I've gone through auditoriums.
To be able to have a player who is just as engaged and just as interested in being invested in the community as I am as a native really meant a lot, and it was zero hesitation for him, I think, because it came so natural. You talk about loving New Orleans and how it'll love you back, and that's exactly what he did.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, cool.
Yeah, let's go!
And in my journey of being in NFL, my adventure of always pursuing 1% better each and every day, it's if I can't see myself not in the community, then what am I doing?
Oh, I get hugs again. I forgot this is the hugging classroom.
Cam's commitment to visiting a school every week presented a challenge during COVID, when schools were no longer doing in-person learning. But he didn't use that as an excuse to take a break from his mission. He just found a workaround.
He ended up being the face of our virtual play football experiences. He was still there speaking with them, motivating them to get out and be active.
I feel that wherever I go in New Orleans, I feel like I'm really a part of the community. I've been here for a decade.
Several generations of New Orleans students have been impacted by Cam's generosity. Students who got visits in elementary school are now adults who are still bearing witness to Cam's commitment to helping others.
I met Cam about 8 years ago. Me and Cam, we talk usually every week.
I probably get more out of it than the kids get out of it. I walk into a classroom and you can feel the energy. It's like I'm siphoning energy. It's probably why I still look young. It's probably why I still run fast. I've been stealing energy for years.
Outside of the school visits, there are other immeasurable touch points Cam has with the people of New Orleans.
Oh, snaps. How y'all doing?
Something known inside the building as random acts of Cameron.
I wanted to do something for you guys, whatever programs you run. I'm giving each one of you guys schools $10,000 out of,
there's so many moments that you'll never see posted on social media. You'll never see it posted on a website. And it just happens so organically. I think about the moment that he was able to connect with a young lady by the name of Faith.
In 2018, I was expelled from my elementary school for wearing braided hair extensions. Cam was one of the first people who reached out to me when I was discriminated against. And he said, I heard about what happened and I just wanted to, offer some sort of support. And he gifted me a gift card and he gave me a Chromebook. Oh yeah, he had braids in at the time too. His hair was super long. So that was really inspiring. So I was a catalyst for an act called the Crown Act. It is to create a respectful and open world for natural hair and now protects over 31 million people in the country. So I'm really thankful for Cam taking that bargain on me and investing in me and my self-esteem during that time.
Recently, Cam decided to be more intentional about how he shows up for the community.
We're gonna get these things rolling.
While he has spent the past decade funding everything from turkey and backpack giveaways to scholarships out of his own pocket, in 2024, Cam relaunched his foundation. The kickoff event was a sit-down dinner where Cam recruited his teammates to join him as wait staff.
Here we go.
All in an effort to raise money to provide local students with full college scholarships.
If we are good people, and I can be a good person to you, and you can be a good person to the next person, we can create a better society, a better community.
This foundation dinner we did this year taught me that there's so many good people in New Orleans. There's so many good people in the area that want to help, that give just as much or want to give and don't have a directive to give. It was just like, hey, I'm going to send some kids to school. Anybody want in? And it was just the resounding answer was like, all right, well now I've got a true motive, and I was like, there's so much more that we can do with this foundation. So as I've done it myself, now it's like multiplied, amplified, and become like a beacon.
Since he joined our team in 2011, Cam Jordan has always been first in line to answer the call when our community is in need. Cam truly exemplifies everything that you could ask for in a leader, and he has inspired countless others to do their part to help their fellow citizens.
Over the years, if you drew up someone, a player, on how you wanted him to represent the team and the organization, he'd be one of those guys where you just point to and say, this is the model to follow.
Father, we lift up to you the soldiers who are the foot soldiers on the street. Yes.
Just weeks ago, in the aftermath of the tragic terrorist attack in New Orleans, Cam immediately stepped up to help. Within 24 hours of the attack, he announced plans to donate $25,000 to support the victims and their families.
Long after I'm done playing, the legacy that I hope is left here in New Orleans, if not even in the building, is I worked hard and I gave everything I had, and I always wanted more from others in terms of them benefiting themselves. It's a full circle effect of how a positive impact can create more than what you think it can.
Speaking of full circle, remember I told you about how much the people of New Orleans were committed to showing Cam just how much he's appreciated? On a chilly day in January, they got that opportunity. Hundreds of them filled the Ochsner Sports Performance Center in Metairie on a secret mission to quite literally give Cam his flowers. They waited patiently as he was lured to the team's indoor practice field. Each attendee had a different touch point to Cam.
Cam came to our school earlier this year in the fall, around November.
He has inspired our kids. It was amazing, especially it's Cam Jordan.
What they had in common was a singular message. Thank you.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang. You guys good? How y'all doing? Y'all really came through? I appreciate that. Y'all good? Y'all good? Oh my God.
The crowd included students and teachers, past and present, who got to experience his visits. Members of Second Harvest Food Bank who collaborated with Cam for turkey giveaways. Members of the NOPD who got a chance to team up with Cam for a police recruitment nonprofit called Crescent City Corps. Staff members of the New Orleans Saints who could call on Cam at a moment's notice. Teammates past and present who Cam never hesitated to help with their own community passion projects. City leaders, and of course, the people who Cam has said are at the center of his life, his family.
On behalf of Ms. Benson and the entire Saints Nation, let's give it one more time. We love what you brought to our city. We love what you bring to our culture, the culture of the team, the organization. And but we don't want to end it right here. We have a proclamation from the city of New Orleans.
On behalf of the entire city of New Orleans, I want to present you with this proclamation for not only doing what you're doing
in the city, but making a change around the country. We appreciate it.
I just want to commend you, young fella, for the work that you do. Your impact will be felt for years and years to come. And whenever you do decide to hang them up, we will miss you here in New Orleans.
It was never an obligation for him, or it never felt like an obligation. It was always Cam reaching out and saying, what can I do in the community? How can I help in the community?
Everybody look at the camera and say Saints on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Anytime that he's not at the facility and training, he's in the community, whether he's at a school, whether he's at a camp, whether he's at hospitals.
It's difficult to find a combination of someone who has the excellence on the field, the excellence in the community, and the consistency over time. You're talking about a decade of giving of yourself to one community.
And I've always felt like the greatest trait of any teammate is consistency, dependability, and being the same person every day. And I don't know if I've ever had a teammate that epitomized that more than Cam Jordan.
The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year will be named at NFL Honors Super Bowl week. But in this community, it is clear that no one better exemplifies what the award stands for than their honorary New Orleanian, Cam Jordan. And there is no doubt his legacy, on and off the field, will extend long beyond his playing days.
As much as I push myself off the field in any endeavors, I always want my people to win. Whether it's my boys, my brother, my sister, my neighbors, my random people passing by, I just want them to win. Like, I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to have a drive. I want everybody to have ambition. I want everybody to be the next doctor, president, lawyer, whatever that they want to set out to accomplish. And I'm like, if I can help, I will.